Hello and welcome to this new series of lessons on Power BI, where we will analyze the data model, the dataset, and specifically the Power BI AdventureWorks model that is included within Power BI and provided by Microsoft to help you learn how to use this tool. I have already opened Power BI Desktop, and of course I will open it again and show you from the windows. I type Power BI and even just the initial letter, and I proceed to open Power BI Desktop. Let's open AdventureWorks. Now, regarding this model, some time ago I had already built 4 pages of a report. So, unlike the report we structured in previous lessons, here the data is already well organized even from a graphical standpoint. However, we will replicate them in this case as well to see what emerges, because these are different data from those you saw in the previous Power BI model. Let's wait a moment for this model to load, because this model is much larger. There are 18,000 rows compared to the previous one, which had 700. So this is a model in which you can really go wild in building charts, creating tables, cross-referencing data, and also writing DAX formulas. Here, of course, the fields. Let's open the model table. Here, the fields are already all sorted in terms of data type. And as you can see here, there is not just one table, but there are multiple tables because in the Power BI model, as well as in Access, data can be related to each other. So tables can be related to each other and produce even more powerful results from an informational perspective for the organization, productivity, and business strategy forecasting. To see the relationships between these tables, you need to click here where this icon is. It evokes the relationships between tables. Here I will close for a moment, and you can see here that there are all these relationships. For example, orders linked to sales, sales linked to customers, sales linked to territories, and thus all these data will indeed be related to each other. Now let's focus on the construction of these 4 tables. To see the page of this report that I have already structured, we will replicate them as we did in previous lessons. Meanwhile, I will quickly review them for you. Here I have created a page that focuses on customers by geographic area, so by state region or by region of the world. Here are the United States, and here we will find various states. Here is Australia. Here we will find various states that make up the federal state of Australia. Then we will find France, Germany, Canada, and for example in France we will find the departments. So I have built these 2 pie charts, and on this other side I have constructed these 2 tables with these 2 columns, here the state province, and here the number of customers per state, and then here the region. The region and the number of customers per region. So that, for example, by selecting this state, I can see in which region of the world it is located. And therefore, I see that this color corresponds to Canada, and I also see that it is located in the province of Columbia. I see here British Columbia, the same. Obviously, if I go here to click on Canada rather than on Australia, I see how the customers are distributed in Australia, as you see here in the various federal states of Australia. Here it only shows Australia. As you can see, it has only selected the blue color of Australia. And here instead, it has selected various colors that stand out compared to those others that are in the background. And these are precisely the various states of Australia. In this other chart, I have instead taken the clients by city, by state, and by region. And then I have put in this table the age and the number of clients. So the number of clients I have by age. Obviously, this is also important in marketing because if I want to see how many clients I have who are 26 years old, I see that there are 556. If I click, I see where I have the clients. I have these 26-year-old clients in the United States, 200 in Australia, 100 in these other states, none. And then here it breaks them down by province. For example, 100 in California, 100 in the state of Washington, of these 200 in the United States. Then it further divides by city. Obviously, in the United States, we will find the cities that are part of California and the state of Washington. Here we have the products. So I reproduced this histogram chart for products. So on the x-axis, I put the products, and on the y-axis, the number of products contained within this set. And then I built this slightly more detailed table so that when I click here on bike, all the data related to the bikes regarding the model and the product automatically appear. Here I made a repetition that I will surely delete later due to an error, how much the product costs and the model, etc. And then this other additional page that concerns the resellers, and we will see them by region, by province. Then here I made the list of cities, the list of states, and the list of areas of the world, so that if I click on Germany, I see how many resellers I have in Germany. I have 40. And these are the departments of Germany where I have resellers, because Germany is also divided into a federal state, so it is divided by states, and these are the cities in Germany where I have resellers. If I clicked on Dusseldorf, I see that I have only one reseller, and the federal state to which Dusseldorf belongs is called Essen. So let's say that this lesson has already come, long enough to be able to continue later. Now to analyze a simple page, so I'll stop here to avoid making it excessively long, and in the next lesson we will see how to reconstruct this first page of this report, which I expect in the next lesson.